Greetings everyone, today is December 30th and I'm going to be talking about my TBR for 2024, books I plan to read. I'm going to quickly go over what I've read this year on my spreadsheet, but I'm going to do another video where I actually get the books out and stack them up and show you just how much 85 books is. I planned on reading 100, but I think I'm going to have 85 by the end of tomorrow. If I can finish the one that's on my phone. I've started a couple of other ones that I'm going to be in the middle of, so those will be like early next year that they'll count on. I've also got this stack of books that are like what I'm trying to decide that I want to read next because there's so many things I'm so hyped for. I'll quickly go over the spreadsheet here and you'll see here's 2022. Can you see my cursor? I don't see my cursor on here. The first column, did that change it? Yeah, this column is 47 books I read last year. So this column I went down to 51 because there's a space up here missing. So this is 50 plus here's 36, so it's 86 minus these two is 84. I should finish these two. I got 2 pages left on this. So this one's done, basically. So I just need to consider Phlebas, and then I'll have like 85 books by my calculations. I've also started on Briefcases and Side Jobs and If It Bleeds, which is not really on there. Because there was a short story in it that I needed to read before I read Holly. So yeah, these are the books I've read this year. So I've pretty much doubled what I did last year. Even though I was trying to get 100, I didn't quite make it. I've read all the John Gwynne series, the first series. I read like the Farseer, like whole trilogies in here. I read all the Kingkiller this year, most of the Cradle series this year, and 5 or 6 Charlene Harris's, which is what I'm wanting to get back into that soon because I see him all the time. Oh yeah, Joe Abercrombie, like finished up the Expanse. I started on the Rift Wars stuff. Read like 4 or 5 Stephen Kings, I think. And just read a whole lot of new authors. Down here is like the new authors. The green ones are the ones I liked. Yellow is ones that are okay. Red I didn't like. Orange is kind of like okay-ish. The purple one, Scott Lynch and Patrick Rothfuss, these are ones that I liked, but they just stopped writing books. Like George R.R. Martin, he's one of those. He still writes books, but he doesn't write Song of Ice and Fire. So, anyway, let's see where we're at here. So, if we move this over, bing, 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 this is the plan for 2024, the updated plan. I had to move some things around because now I know I can read about this many books a year. So I can't read 100 a year like I had planned on. So I had to like move some stuff. Like all this stuff over here is stuff that I've moved from these columns over here. So I've got 3 more Joe Abercrombies. These are the standalones. I got The Wheel of Time I want to get started on. Sun Eater, Brandon Sanderson, The Magician's Trilogy. These are the ones right here. These are like the top ones that I really want to read. Oh shit, I forgot about that one. I want to finish the Greenbone saga. I want to start on Justice of Kings, Tyranny of Faith. Those 2. That's just more Mark Lawrence right here. Another Stephen King. Probably the Orange Tree I've heard is not that good, so I'm not really that hyped for this. I could push it back a year. The Wolf series. There's some like young adult stuff. I'm still missing a few books. These ones in the pink are the ones I don't actually own yet. Like this Ship of Destiny. This is the 3rd one in the Life Ship Traders I don't have. This is the 3rd one of the Siege I don't have. But I've got a whole year to find them. Dead Man's Hand by James Butcher. This is Jim Butcher's son. It's been really expensive. I've been wanting to buy it, but it's like really high. I'm trying to find it cheap. The Ryan Cahill books, Bound in the Broken. I don't really know what they're about, so I'm not that hyped on them, but I know I'm going to like them probably. So I don't know. And then Lord of the Rings I want to read this year. there's a bunch of other just random things here. I want to get started on Tchaikovsky. Yeah, here's all the authors I want to read. Christopher Paolini, Aragon, that's one. Let me just get out of this. Oh, Lightbringer I want to get started on. And then eventually I want to get into these like Mother of Learning and these like lit RPG things. It's like about Dragon Ball Z type overpowered leveling and video game kind of shit. Because everybody's talking about those right now and they sound like they're really cool. But I got all this crap here that I need to read before I can feel like I'm ready to start a whole new genre. Anyway, to get to the books, I'm trying to decide what to read next. Because I just read where is it? Where is the Rage of Dragons, right? So the second book I got the other day, so I kind of want to read that while I'm still fresh on my mind. And then I've also got this Southern Book Club's Guide to Vampire Slaying. I'm really hyped about that, but that seems like a Halloween thing. And also this one, Ordinary Monsters. I was super hyped for when I got it. I really want to read that. But not first of the year, but soon. I always see this. I'm like, man, I want to dig into this and see what the hell it's about. Seems dope. But the thing I'm really hyped about is getting back into Robin Hobb's Realm of the Elderlings, because it has been killing me. That the first three were so good. I really want to get into the rest of them. Just had all these new Robin Hobbs come in that I'm super hyped for. R.J. Barker, I still got to start him, but like not the beginning of the year. I don't think I'm not that hyped. But Robin Hobb, definitely want to start that in January for sure. Raymond Feist, Rift War. This one was great. I want to continue it. I've heard like the Jenny Wirtz ones are really good too. Daughter of the Empire is supposed to be great. So Silverthorn is next. I want to read that one. It's probably not that. It's just 300 something pages. I should be able to get through that pretty quick. And then Sun Eater. Finally, we're going to start on Sun Eater. I've got the first two books. The third book, some people say it's like the greatest sci-fi book of all time. So I'm pretty fucking hyped to get started on it. Like, I've been waiting. These are going to be chonkers. Big 700, 800 page chonkers. But once you get into it, it's going to be like you'll wish it was longer, probably. And then the Adrian Tchaikovsky fantasy series. He writes fantasy and sci-fi. Who does that? This one I heard is about bees and wasps or something. Like the Black and Gold, Empire and Black and Gold. I'm assuming it's like bees are black and gold. So maybe like they're like, I don't know. That kind of looks like a bee. That's like a spaceship. This is a guy with a sword. So what are they talking about? Is it like they're alluding to them being like bees? I don't know what this is supposed to be about, but it sounds freaking dope. And somebody said the second book is even crazier than the first book. It just gets better and better. So, here's the sci-fi series, Shards of Earth. Everybody talks about Children of Time, but the Final Architecture series seems to be more like what I'm into, and I'm kind of like pretty hyped about it. So we got this one and this one is sci-fi. And then we've got The Magicians. I've been wanting to rewatch the TV series, so I should probably read. If I read this one, I'll have to read the whole trilogy. So that's 3 books. That's the only reason I haven't started is because if I read one, I'm going to just read all 3 of them in a row probably. But I want to read it so I can get back into the TV show and watch it again. I mean, it hasn't been that long since I watched it, but I'm really happy about it. And then somebody on Discord told me about Aragon being crazy, and it's really awesome. Like, it looks like it's a children's book, sort of, but it's not. Where it is, but it's like, you wouldn't expect to be as awesome as it is or something. So that's another 4 or 5 books, because it just came out with Murtaugh, the recent one, that's like, they added to it, so. I want to read that maybe February, maybe not January, but soon. But then I've also got, this one is a brand new release, The Will of the Many. This was a lot of people's book of the year for 2023. It's supposed to be kind of based on the Roman Empire, some kind of fantasy. but it's supposed to be insanely good. Even the chapters are in like Roman numerals. That's cool. It's a chonker though. Well, no, it's just 600 pages, but font size is pretty small. Anyway, and then also I've been dying to read Ninth House for like forever because it's like a dark academia or something, like a school for wizards or special kids or something like that. It's kind of like Ordinary Monsters. It's like one of those things I really want to see what the hype is all about. This one I could probably get through pretty quick too. It's like 500-ish pages, kind of young adultish, kind of like somebody left their receipt in this one. What is this? There's something about an orgy in a flower-filled cathedral I just read. Interesting. What is this from? Let's hear your feedback. Barnes & Noble's feedback. Hot chocolate, tall, $2.65. Cashier's name was Clay. Yeah, interesting. So they just got a hot chocolate and paid with a $5 bill. One at $2.95. Membership card discount 10%. Weird. That's high for a hot chocolate. Wait, when did they buy this book? Did they buy the book and then they was like, I'm gonna get a hot chocolate too, and then they got that on a separate receipt? Why is this book's price not in the receipt? That doesn't make sense. Anyway, that's. If you guys want to vote or something about what I should read next, feel free. But I'm probably going to start with Robin Hobb because I'm so hyped for it. And yeah, even the Ship of Magic, this is going to be like a whole new cast of characters, I think, because it's not based on the Fitz and the Fool. So maybe I don't have to read it right as soon as I think I do. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. And then I'll get back to re-shelving these.